Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn with Washington YouTube channel. I hope you are doing well. So in this video we are going to install the VS Code, and then we are going to learn how to make a simple CV using HTML tags, and then after that we are going to deploy this CV online for free on Infinity Free. So for you to download the VS Code, you are going to go to VS Code visualstudio.com, and then you download. So after downloading Visual Studio from visualstudio.com, and then you'll be able to install it. So we open the setup, and then what we do is we run the setup, and then you accept the agreement, and then you just click next, and so next. So you can create a desktop icon. So this is the first session. Now we are installing. You can click all those checkboxes and then you install. So this is how you can install VS Code on your laptop. So it takes some few minutes to install. So after that you finish, and then you open VS Code. So we are going to open a new file. That is the welcoming page. So you click on new file. So we are going to have a .html file. So we'll have the file name. So let's have it as resume.html. And then you select the location where you want to save the file. So you want to save it. Let's save it on downloads, and then we create the file. So this is where we'll be writing the code. So it's just a simple HTML code. The main aim here is to know how to deploy your HTML file online. So when you have the exclamation mark there, you'll be able to get the IMET abbreviation. So if you select the email abbreviation, you'll be able to have the full structure of the code. So I'm not going to explain what a doc type means, what the language the chassis mean, because I already explained it in my previous video in HTML. So in the title tag, that's where you give the title, or the name of your web file. So automatically it's by default it document, so we are going to edit that. So let's have it as my resume. So the title is within the head tag, and then within the body, that's now where we'll be writing the rest of the code. So there is a structure that we are going to follow. So first, if we run this, let's run this so that we will be able to save changes as we compile. So you can see now we have a blank web page because we have not added any information. So let's have the h1 tag. So the h tags are the headings. So we have h1 up to h6. So the opening tag, we have the angle bracket, left right angle brackets, and then we close the tag using the left right angle brackets, but you have a forward slash after the first angle bracket. You have a forward slash. So when we save this h1 and we refresh the web page, we should be able to see the changes on our web page. So let's refresh. So you can see now we have the text displayed on the web. So this is my resume deployed online. So if we refresh again, you can see the changes happen on the web. So we are writing the tags, the HTML tags on the VS Code, and then we are compiling on the browser. So a HTML file is interpreted by the browser. So we are going to follow some guideline here. So in the main header, we are going to create a header with a big OL, that is ordered list, h1, stating your name and target career, and then add an address tag with your address, add an anchor tag with your email and href with mail to, and then we are going to add a horizontal line, that is the hr tag below, to give you a nice big underline for emphasis. So let's have that. So we are going to create a header So once you close it, you get the VS Code. It will automatically have the closing tag, making it really easy to work with. So create an header with the ordered list. So this will cover almost all the basics in HTML. So after this we will learn how to create ordered list, an ordered list, and the tables. So within the header we have our H1, that is heading 1. You write your name. So let's make it be a list. So in a list you have the ordered list, and within the ordered list now you list the elements. So use li for list 1, and then you have the H1 dash your name. So your name is the first element in the list. And then we'll have now the another list item. So your name, and the second item in the list is your career. So if we refresh, we should get them displayed. So the name is in bold because it is a heading tag, but the career is not bold because we have not. So let's make it also be a heading. So we'll have the H1 wrapped within the list item. So if we save and refresh, even the career should be in bold. So the next thing is to have an address with your address tag, having your address. So under there you write your address value. So the next thing is to have an anchor tag with your email and href. So anchor tag, we have it as A, and then the href link, we'll have it in the opening tag. So anchor tag, you write your address, so href is the direct, where when you click it refers you, or it directs you to the specified destination or the specified link. So there you can have your email. So you can see now that becomes a link. So if you click it, it will redirect you to the specified destination. So let's have a horizontal line. So a horizontal line we are going to have is just the HR tag, which is a self-closing tag. So we just have it as HR, and it is a self-closing. So we have the backslash. So if we refresh, you can see now we have the horizontal line. So we are going to have a section called career goals, and under it we are going to add a paragraph stating your profession goals and main objectives. So now we move to body. We move to the main body of the HTML document. So let's have a section tag. and we give it a heading career goals. Save we refresh, you can see now we have career goals. So that is now the section. So in this section you are going to have a paragraph. So we have a paragraph tag, and you explain a bit of about your profession or your career, that is. So here now you'll just write you write about yourself, about your career. So you should have a little bit of long paragraph. Your paragraph should be long. So let's save and refresh. So for paragraph we just have the p tag displayed. So if we save and refresh, you can see now we have the paragraph explaining about your career. So our resume is taking shape. So for an ordered list you have the UL, for ordered list you have the OL. So next we are going to have we are going to list the skills. So we are going to have a section called skills. Then you create a list under each of the following, subheading stating your skills related to that category. So we create another section and we give it a heading skills. So section H1 skills, and then we create an ordered list. So create a list under each of the following subheadings. So we'll have 7 subheadings, and then under each you have a list. H2 we have it as programming languages, and then under after that, now we are going to have a list. So we are going to create an ordered list. So let's create ordered list, and then we list all the programming languages that you've learned. Or here now differs from profession to profession. So in this case, I'm using an example of someone doing a IT course. So you can list them as many as possible, depending with what you have learned or what you know in your area of profession. So here I'll just give random languages. So if we refresh, now we have the programming languages listed under programming, under the heading. Under the programming languages, now we have the languages listed. So the next is the databases. So here the code looks the same, so I'll just copy paste what we did above, and then we have it. So I'll just copy that and then we list it again, but I'm going to edit what we have. So instead of programming languages, we're going to have databases. And then you have a list of the databases that you have worked with. So let's work with one, because the code is this is just a direction directing you how to have your resume built. So next we are going to have platforms. So you list the platforms that you have worked with. The next one is the version control, operating system, other tools, soft skills. So you can have that by yourself. The procedure is just the same code. So you just paste it. So I'll paste them all and then edit the headings. So if we refresh, you can see now we have the list of the languages that we've been using, so the code is just the same. That's what I was emphasizing. So we are going to another section, that is work experience. So our next section is work experience, and then here now we are going to create a table. So the next thing that we are going to do is to create a work experience section. So we'll have another section tag for work experience, and then we are going now to create a table for work experience. So we'll go back to our VS Code, create another section, let's have the heading 1 text h1, let's call it work experience. And now what we have to do now is to, you can see it appears there. So what we are going to do is now to create a table. So this is just pure HTML, creating a .html file, and the main objective here is to learn how we can deploy it online. We can deploy it to Infinity Free for free. So after this, now about the styles and about the JavaScript will follow along. So make sure you subscribe and you turn on the notifications button, so that whenever I upload for the other section, the other episodes of the code, you'll be able to get notified. You'll be notified. So let's create a table tag. For that, we are now creating a table tag, and what we are going to have there is the table row. So table row this is where we are having within the row we are going to have the table head. So table head is the column name, or what we are having above the row, that is like the text of the column, or the column name. So like we are having a row, and we have to mention the label of the rows, so they will be like the column headings, that is. So the table head we'll have time, name, location, position, title, responsibilities, and contact info. So we'll have all of them. So we copy that and we have another table head. I'm sure you are following along how we are nesting the tags. So we have name, let's paste. We have the location. So if we compile, you can see in our table we have the time, name, and the location. So let's have the rest: position, title, responsibilities, and the contact info. So we are having the location. So all these are the table heads. So if we recompile, we should be able now to have all the table heads. I'm sure you can see them. So those are the table heads. So what we are going to do next is to have the table data. That is the information. What we are going to have under the table head. So that is the information following along. So we have another table row just after the table heads, and within, so we are creating them in terms of rows. So this one now we are not having the table head, but we are having the table data td. So we'll paste all these. So let's insert the data. So I'm just adding a random information. So for your official resume, you'll have to have the valid information. So I'm sure you can see the table. You can see we have the table head and then we have the data. So just for reference, you can so we are going to education, hobbies, achievements, and then the references. All those you will be creating a table. So to learn more about tables and HTML and the CSS, you can visit W3 Schools. So you can see from the browser W3 School, you visit their website, you sign up, and then you'll be able to learn all that course, and you'll be able to master all these all the things that we are doing here. You'll be able to follow along the creating tables. So same to hobbies, you'll just be creating a section and then you create the table for hobbies. So we are going to have another section and we call it hobbies. And then we are going to have a list of hobbies. So under hobbies, we are going to have a list of the hobbies, things that you love to do, or things that you are doing most of your leisure time. So I'm going to have a random list. So I'll just paste them and then edit them. So I'm sure you can see now we have the ordered list of the hobbies. So this is how our resume looks like. So in our next video, we'll be applying CSS on this to make it a little bit more admirable. So for achievement, you'll be able to create a list as well. So let's have another section for education. So let's add the table data for school. So for the list, we are just copying the code that we wrote earlier because we can't be writing the same thing. We just copy the section code and then we edit the list. So let's create another section for referees. This might be the our last section on the resume of the references, because references normally comes the last part of it. So now you can see how our resume looks like. So we are going to stop at that point. So what we are going to do next is to how can we deploy this resume online, so that we just be able to share the link even to the employer and they will be able to click the link and access your resume on the web. So that was the most awaited moment of this course. We are going to do that on Infinity Free. So let's just create a list of references. So let's host this. So let's have the last section there. Let's call it deployment. Now this is where we are now going. We are going to deploy our app on Infinity Free so that we manage to access it online. So we are going to visit the browser, and then we are going to search Infinity Free. So you click the very first link, and then you can see free website hosting. You register if you have not registered. So after registering there with your email and password, you are going to log in. So you enter your email and the password, and then you sign in. So after signing in, if you hadn't created any account, so you will click on the create account. You can see there add create account. So after creating account, you'll be able to see your accounts. Like me, I've created some accounts. You can see them over there. So after creating account, you click the account that you've created, and then you go to the file manager. You click this button here, file manager. This is where we'll be able to upload our web file, the HTML file or the resume file that we've just created. And then when you've landed in this page, we're going to click on htdocs. You upload them on htdocs. So you can see I have some files already hosted here. So what you are going to do now is to upload our file. You can see we have the upload button down there. So click. So don't worry about the other files. Those are the ones I created. These are the ones I created. So let me rename some so that the one we are going to use. So let me rename that folder. So you can create a folder as well, or you can upload a folder. So like that's a folder I created. I've renamed it to resume. So this folder, this is where I'm going to upload. So you can say I uploaded index.php file. So for this case, I'm going to delete this file. Of course, you can upload as many files as you want, but I just want us to have one file at a time. So after that, I'm going to click the upload button and then upload the file, and then the resume file that we've created, HTML. I open it, and you can see we've uploaded it. So
once we've done that, so we'll be able to go back to the control panel or just to the home page, and then I click the so let me first introduce you to the control panel. This is where you'll be able to see your database files in case you had some. So in our next video, we'll be able to create a heavy PHP file with the database, and I'll tell you how we can do that using the control panel. So what we are going to do after uploading our file on the file manager, of course in the htdocs folder, what we are going to do now is to click the link that we had in our website. This one, like for my case, it is apz.com. So I'm going to copy this link, website label, and then I'm going to paste it on the browser, and then I add the file name, so backslash the folder name where we are locating the we are trying to locate the file that we've uploaded. So it is on that website label, on the folder resume, and then the file is resume.html. So when we run that, we'll be able to see we are getting our resume on the web. So when I share the link I have with anybody else, they will be able to access this resume. So when I copy that link and then I share it with anybody else, they will be able to find me on the web. So this is a deploying your HTML file. It's as really simple as this. So you have to note that if you are creating an account for the first time on the Infinity Free, it can take up to 72 hours to be available. So I'm sure you are able to follow along this. So I'll leave the link, the Infinity Free link, on the description so that you can access it. So first, download VS Code. Second, create your resume using the HTML tags. Third, go to the Infinity Free account and upload your file there. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe so that you follow along with the other videos that I'll be uploading. Thank you.